Bon dia a tothom. Benvinguts a la roda de premsa del tècnic del Futbol Club Barcelona, Xavi Hernández.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the press conference of Football Club Barcelona coach Xavi Hernández.
Què tal, Xavi? Bona tarda. Marc
Hola,
de
bona
Barça
tarda.
TV. Demà jugueu amb aquest València de Gattuso, que ha canviat força l'estil respecte al qual us vau enfrontar la temporada passada. No sé si creus que pot ser un partit un punt similar al de l'Atlètic i que les coses que vau fer bé el passat diumenge us poden servir per guanyar demà.
He's asking about if it will be a match like Athletic and if they need to put the defeats behind them. He says, yes, it will be an attacking, intense and very defensive opposition. They've got Gattuso as the coach, and so they can expect an opposition very defensive. This is what this will be it will be a joyful, exciting match. It's a team that pushes really well, and it's something similar to what we do ourselves, but it's something similar to what we saw at the Camp Nou. Very high press from them. They attack really well. It will be a very exciting match for the fans. The coaches will have to suffer a little bit more, but there are 3 points that are really important for us, and we shouldn't forget that we're in a really good dynamic in La Liga. We're doing really well at home. We had great matches against Athletic and Villarreal, and we need to move on from the Champions League and focus on La Liga.
Hola, Xavi. Roger Bussada, de Catalunya Ràdio. Et volia preguntar pel quart migcampista, què et va dur a utilitzar-lo contra el Bayern i si a partir d'ara serà un recurs més puntual o si és una idea que tindrà més continuïtat, si ho veurem més sovint. Gràcies.
Doncs depèn del partit, no?
It will depend on the match and what we'll need in each moment in the game, whether we'll have more control, dominating possession, not losing the ball so much. Another midfielder will have a responsibility of keeping hold of the ball, can make the most of the wingers getting forward. So right now it's an alternative in the game that we could use in any moment, yes.
Hola, Xavi, Marta Ramon de RAC1. Creus que l'equip o el vestidor necessita creure més en personatges com el de Pedri?
Asking if the team needs to believe more in the leaders like Pedri. This is in the matches against Bayern. He was trying to keep his teammates calm. His interview after the match was a good analysis of the match. Do you think he's one of the leaders? He says, yeah, this is one of the things I insist to the players. He says, we need to work well with this pause, this calm. His analysis of the match, what happened against Bayern. Obviously, there was a psychological battle that was very important, finding out that we were eliminated just before we go into the match, and that was very difficult. He says, even if we're in matches we've played and we need to make the most of the pauses and the calm. Pedri's important, Frankie's important, Xavi's important, Bussi's important. It's these midfielders that are more than we've seen. He says, yeah, we're missing a bit of calm.
Què tal, Xavi? Santi Valle en directe al Què t'hi jugues de Ser Catalunya. Què li has dit als jugadors per refer-los d'aquesta derrota i d'aquesta ensopegada?
After this defeat and elimination from the Champions League. So we talked about having to change our mentality, that we're in a good dynamic in the Liga. This is the Champions League. It's been something unfortunate that we've had to live through. We've been very critical of ourselves about what happened in these big matches, especially the ones against Bayern and Inter. That we had opportunities, we had our personality, and we had it in our hands, and we let it slip away from us. We need to turn the page, focus on La Liga, where we're playing really, really well. The numbers are looking good for us. We're well seated in the standings to fight for the title right now, and this is the dynamic that we need to keep working on. Keep believing in what we're doing. We're working well. We're training well. The team working like clockwork in the dressing room. There are a lot of things that we've spoken about, and tomorrow is a good opportunity to react again and show us that we've moved on. It's one of those moments to react.
El batacazo fue duro, como bien reconocisteis, ante el Bayern. ¿Cómo está el equipo? Porque ha habido muy poco tiempo para poder...
Yes, how the team are, because there's not been a lot of time to recover, and this will be a demanding match tomorrow in the Mestalla.
Mundial.
And there's only a few matches left before the World Cup. Says I keep being positive, that's clear. It's been a big blow against us in the Champions League, but there are other competitions. And we can still put on a great season. We can fight for La Liga, the Cup, the Super Cup, the Europa League. We need to go out and fight. In La Liga, we're in a good dynamic. These last few matches have been excellent against strong opposition. We've got another strong opposition tomorrow, Valencia, who work really well and a lot of intensity. But this is another day to try and show how we react and be proud of our character that we've got.
Buenas tardes, Xavi.
Buenas tardes.
De la cadena COPE. Acaba de decir que ha hablado con los jugadores estos últimos.
You said that you spoke to the players in the last couple of days. Have they heard from the president? Has he given any kind of talk, and what were his views? This is the president. Well, we're talking almost ongoing, not day to day, but pretty much every match we travel together. And there are various things after the match. The opinion is clear. There are a lot of things that didn't depend on us, but the things that did depend on us, we have to improve them. We have to be self-critical, and this is something that slipped out of our hands.
Hola, mister. ¿Qué tal? Buena tarde.
Buena tarde.
Alejandro Segura en directo para Radio Marca. En el Valencia está Nico, cedido.
Nico is on loan to Valencia. He's played some matches in the starting 11, but we've often seen him come on in the later stages of the match. Does it worry you that he's not getting the starting minutes? He says, no, we're keeping an eye on him. He's grown really well this season. He's maturing well. He's competing well. It's going really well for him because their strategy is like we're looking for as well. He plays as a defensive midfielder. He's participating in Valencia. He's got a lot of competition there in the midfield as well. Valencia have made some signings this season, but I think he's grown really well, and that's very positive for him. He decided in the end, it was his decision to go and play and have more minutes, and I think he'll have them for sure.
Buenas tardes, Xavi. Alfredo Martínez, Onda Cero. El otro día decías que quedan muchas competiciones en juego, evidente.
He says there's a lot more competitions in play, obviously, the Europa League now as well. With the Champions League, do you think that's more important than the league? He says, yeah, the league, the Super Cup, the Cup, and Europa League. With 4 competitions that we need to try and fight to get the title. The objective of the season doesn't change. The shame is that we've not got the Champions League, but we've got the Europa League for that reason. We're going to compete for it and give everything. That's what we got to do.
Bon dia, Xavi. Francesc Latorre
Bon dia.
de TV3 i Esport 3. Et volia preguntar per Gavi, que no va jugar.
So he's asking now about Gavi, who didn't play a single minute against Bayern. How's he doing? Will he be available? Yes, he's well. He's got a bit of a niggle. He doesn't complain, though. Never complains. He's ready to participate. He always wants to play. But he's got, a bit of a niggle. He'll be available, but we'll see if he's able to play.
Davant, el Barça. Sí.
Hola, Xavi, buenos días.
Hola.
Xavi as a coach, how does he manage a season like this that's kind of split by the World Cup? It's a complicated situation. How do you draw on your experience for these circumstances after the international break? Is it another league? Yeah, we have to sort of think about 2 seasons in one, because we'll stop almost a month and a half without competition. We've not seen a season like this ever. Nobody in football has got whatever experience we've got, even the oldest of, most veteran of coaches. This will be a different season for everyone. We'll try and adapt as best we can and motivate our players so that they're well. Right now, we need to keep competing in La Liga, but then after that, we'll have basically another season, and we'll have to do a sort of a pre-season for the players that don't go to the World Cup. We've analysed it, and we'll be ready to face this international break as well.
Hola. Anaïs Martí de La Vanguardia. Preguntant-te també per Nico.
So she asks about Nico.
De clàusula que hi ha. Volia saber quina opinió et genera
won't be able to
clàusules amb els contractes del
play because of the clause in his contract.
protagonisme que està tenint, t'hauria agradat que es quedés i que pogués compartir aquest...
Would you like to see him involved in such a
Sí,
big match?
ja ho vaig dir, amb Nico vaig parlar amb ell.
I've spoken with Nico. I thought he'd have minutes this season, and he decided to go to Valencia.
Està jugant, evidentment.
He's playing,
No tot el que s'esperava i desitjava.
maybe not as much as he wanted
una decisió seva.
or hoped for, but it's a personal decision of his. And in terms of the contract clause, I think it's good. He's
Moltes històries, nosaltres
his own player. There's a lot of things have played things, and I had a lot of confidence in Nico. And what I don't want is that he has to put himself in a difficult situation. It's a decision that was taken by the club.
Hola Xavi, Albert Roger de Relevo. Els dos últims partits hem vist a Pablo Torre. Què li has demanat i com l'has vist?
He's asking about Pablo Torre.
molt bé, no ha baixat els
He says
braços.
he's playing really well. He's not let his shoulders drop.
Moltes opcions entre línies.
He's a very strong player. He can play between the lines. He can shoot. The problem is that he's not got many minutes. He will go on. He will play because we've got confidence in him, and he's a player that will be great.
Bona tarda.
¿Has pedido fichajes para enero y que salgan algunos?
So he's asking if you've asked for any signings for the
Esto no es muy pronto ahora.
winter transfer window. He says it's too early. It's too early to talk about this. There are only 4 matches left, but January is a long way away.
Secretaria tècnica i Mateu.
Yes, I've been working with Mateo, the
David Ibáñez.
technical secretary, but he says it's too early to talk about.
Buen día.
Decías ahora que hablas con el presidente a menudo. Me gustaría
So as you say, you speak to the president often. Is he angry because of the investment he's made? Has he got messages to cheer you on? He says, no, we sit down face to face. We don't need messages.
Tenemos una amistad, hay confianza.
We've got a good friendship, there's confidence in what we're doing. We're working really well, despite what happened in the Champions League. We need to keep growing, and he gives us a lot of confidence, and we're very happy with him.
¿Qué tal, Xavi? Buena tarde.
Buena tarde.
De Diario Sport TV. Haciendo, por ejemplo, un paralelismo con el Barça de Rijkaard en su día, que
So
tuvimos.
he says there's a comparison with Rijkaard's Barça.
El equipo de 4 años sin ganar nada.
The team went for 4 years without winning anything, 2 years without winning a Champions League, 2 years without winning a Liga. Despite winning titles, do you think you need patience and time? Is that something you agree with?
Si la vamos a tener.
Do you think that's something we're going to have?
Nosotros no dejaremos de trabajar. Está
We're not going to stop working. That's clear. We believe a lot in what we're doing.
Sí, yo noto, ya le he dicho a David, ¿no? Que noto la confianza total en el proyecto y que
complete confidence in the project.
en trabajar. Está
We're
que no es lo que esperábamos.
free to work.
Son altas, son muy altas.
The expectations are very high of us. The objective this year is to win titles, and obviously we've lost one. That's obvious. We lost the Champions League. One of the most important ones.
Bueno, no estamos en una buena situación, es aguantar.
But we're in a good situation. We keep brushing off the criticisms, keep working hard. There's no doubts from the inside that we're working hard and that the results could come at the end of the season. We need patience and calm. He says, I've got that. I've got the confidence of the president, the board of directors, and I've not got any other option than to keep working.
Jordi Blanco.
Hola, Xavi, bon dia.
Bon dia.
Jordi Blanco d'ESPN. A l'acabar el partit del Bayern,
after the match against Bayern,
va fer dues afirmacions. Una deia que no nos
Pedri spoke. He says that the team maybe hasn't got the best quality up front. He says one of the other things is that Bayern was so much more physically stronger than Barça. It's a situation that could be repeated throughout the season. I want to ask if you're satisfied with the physical work that the team are doing during the training, and if they're missing something, and if during the World Cup break you'll think of working particularly on that ahead of the second part of the season so that the team is a bit physically stronger.
Sí, escoltant la pregunta.
Yeah, but listen to the question. you stay with the scenario of Barça-Bayern. He says, I'll think about the Bayern-Barça, which, if we look at the match, is a match we should have won. I'm not going to try and trick anyone, I'm going to be honest, especially with myself. That we competed with Bayern. The other day we didn't. And because we were already eliminated, it's very difficult. But on the whole, I think we deserved a lot more, to be completely honest. I think Pedri had was completely correct. We weren't ready physically. We drew with Inter in the 92nd minute, and we had the opportunities to win it. In Bayern Munich, we attacked really well, and in their pitch, we played really well. The film is that we've gone out and we've competed. We've not got the result. Okay. Says, but we're on the right path. Says, I know the result that goes against us. I can't say any other, but I think we're on the right path, that we need to continue on.
Buen día. Para jugones de la Sexta. La semana que viene se cumple un año como entrenador del Barça, Xavi. El miércoles después del partido con el Bayern decías que el Barça está en construcción.
After the match against Bayern, you said that Barça is still in construction. What's left? How long's left? And he says, we'll see. The day that in Munich, we had a great Barça, despite the result. Last year, we saw a lot of things. This year, the day against Villarreal, we had a good opposition. We played well. The day of Athletic as well. The day against Real Sociedad away. And Sevilla as well. Matches at home that we've won very convincingly. I think we'll see things. The thing is, if the result doesn't distract us in one way or another, we're in the right path. But we can't go from the path that we've got, the idea we've got. We need to keep working, and the results are going to come. And if they don't come, then we'll get another coach. That's the law of life. But we think we're working well on the inside, despite the result.
Xavi, Sara Simonet para F Televisión. Estamos viendo que Balde está demostrando estar totalmente preparado para los partidos de máximo nivel.
Sí.
No sé cómo lo
We've seen that Balde, he'll get some starting 11. I've said it a lot of times that in Barça there aren't starting 11s and substitutions. Balde is at an extraordinary level. He's shown a lot of maturity in the match, great potential. Physically, technically, tactically, he's improving a lot. He's got great potential for the present and the future.
Javier Gascón.
Xavi, Javier Gascón de Mundo Deportivo. Volviendo a Nico, ¿es una opción repescarle en el mercado de invierno?
So this is an opportunity to improve, to get Nico in the winter window. He says, yeah, we've got the international break to work on this. He says, we'll see what the situation is in terms of the team. But right now we're facing the 4 matches that are left.
Sergi Ninou.
Hola, Xavi, Sergi Ninou de
Hola.
Ràdio. Tinc la sensació que a vegades en partits grans, sobretot, el Lewandowski està una mica com
We have the feeling that, especially in the big matches, Lewandowski is a bit isolated. It's difficult to find him. In Inter, he scored 2 goals.
A Múnich en va tenir una de bona, però pràcticament va ser
In
aquella.
Munich, he was left sort of out on his own.
Pràcticament no en va tenir cap. És a dir, no sé si consideres que
I don't know if you think
Lewandowski en posicions de
about
sobretot en partits grans, em refereixo.
having Lewandowski in different positions for these big matches, and
En cada partit, però em refereixo en partits grans,
Mm.
si creus que faltaria trobar-lo més.
we need to find him a bit more. He says, yeah, we'll work on this. We're trying to
donar-los eines als jugadors, als extrems, als interiors, doncs
work with the wingers, the midfielders, other players that can push forward into the area. It's not just Robert that can take shots. There are a lot of things that need to improve. That's obvious. The results aren't coming for us, especially in Europe, and so we need to try and do this, and we need to try and work on that with him as well.
Hola Xavi, buena tarde.
Buena tarde.
Nacho Jiménez de Más que Pelotas. En los 2 últimos partidos has decidido salir con 4 centrocampistas.
Says in the last few matches you've gone out with 4 midfielders. You've left Ansu Fati, Rafinha, Ferran Torres on the bench.
extremos de la plantilla sean suplentes.
He says, what do you think about the 4 wingers being substitutes? He says, they're not substitutes. They're players that go out and play. They're Barça players. Ansu's been in the starting 11. Foran's been in the starting 11. They've gone on from the start. These are players that for Barça that need to be ready to go on, whether it's at the start, half an hour, 45 minutes, or 50 minutes. There aren't Barça players that are starting 11 or substitutes. There are players that we use more or less depending on the circumstances of the team, and we want to win. We want to use all the players that are available.
¿Qué tal, Xavi? Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Ragas para el 10 del Barça. Te quería preguntar cómo ves al equipo a nivel psicológico durante los partidos, sin contar el otro día.
How do you see the team at the psychological level?
Dudando, ¿no? Que parece que estaba jugando bien, pero ese rato entre el gol y que tardan en reponerse el equipo, ¿no?
It's difficult for the team to bounce back from conceding goals. Do you think they're missing a bit of maturity in that sense?
No, no lo creo. Han habido partidos que los hemos remontado.
There are matches we've come back from going down, we've recovered the scoreline. There have been a lot of moments. We need to be strong. There are various negative inputs, various adverse situations, and we need to show that maturity that you mentioned. It's a psychological thing. The last match, which was really difficult, was the knockout.
¿Qué tal, Xavi? Buena tarde. Guillem Borras para Iniestazo. Te quería preguntar por Pedri. Antes citaban sus palabras después de...
Talking about Pedri.
¿Cómo le estás viendo? Le has dado
What do you think of him as an individual?
esa banda, ¿no? Más perfilado. Y después en su integración en el equipo. ¿Cómo ves a Pedri últimamente?
No, yo lo veo contento, feliz,
He's happy, he participates well, he's a key player for us.
Queremos que participe mucho, que
we want him to participate a lot, that he comes from the outside back inside, works between the lines, or pushes inside to receive the ball. He needs to participate. I insist that he's very important. He needs to get up to the area, he needs to make a difference in assists, or even take a shot. He's got everything to be a triumph. He's putting on great performances. The last knockout in the Champions League, I think it's a great moment, and we're going to see some great moments with him.
Volia preguntar per les lesions. Com estàs veient a Memphis i a Christensen i quan esperes comptar amb ells? Gràcies.
Doncs estan a punt.
Asking for Christensen and Memphis. He says they're pretty much ready.
Intentarem, bé, d'alguna manera el dimarts
We'll try and have them ready for Tuesday to give them minutes without risk, and we'll maybe see them play against Almeria.
Hola Xavi, Ángel Álvarez de Colombia. Te quería preguntar cómo has visto a Héctor Bellerín después de la lesión con los minutos que
Asking about Bellerín after the injury and the minutes he played the other day.
el ataque del equipo por esa banda cuando él es titular.
And if you have to make changes on that wing when Bellerín is in starting 11.
No varía mucho. Al final.
Says, no, it doesn't make much changes. Sergio Roberto, Héctor, they've got similar profiles. They get it from the back. They create overlaps on the wing. It's one of the things that we ask for on the wing. There are various tactical moments that's important that we need to know. Bellerín doing well physically, apart from the last match when we all suffered. Thanks very much and afternoon.